What exactly is a workflow? Well, why don't we go over it and go high level, shall we? So this is an example of a workflow that has already been made and it works on nurturing leads. So as you can see, we have a trigger here already for a Facebook form. So when someone fills out this form on Facebook, the workflow will trigger into action and enter that person into this whole workflow. Whenever you begin a workflow from scratch, you will see add new trigger to start you off, just like this blank one right here. Now, if I open this up, there will be many options for the different ways you can put people into a workflow, like this one. But for this example, we're just going to stick with the Facebook form. So the great news, someone has filled out and submitted the form. So what comes next? This will be an email. This one says conversational, but of course you can do it however you want. Now, inside this, you will see the usual things like email name, subject line, and obviously the actual email that you're going to send out, all that lovely stuff. But obviously for aspects like customer name, you won't know the name, obviously. So what you're going to do is you're going to add a value. So for example, we'll take this one out. You come to this little box here, custom values for this one, and then we will use business name. So hopefully the lead would have put their name into the form that they submitted, or they'll just put their business, whatever's fine, and then it will automatically use their name in the email, and you can add this for all of the different options here, and you can even do it inside here. So if I get rid of this, and you can even do it inside of the actual body of text that you want to send out. So here we have custom values. I've already gotten rid of the end, so we can you can do what you want really, you can play around with it. I think for this one, we're going to do so user, which is us, we're just going to do our full name at the end of the email. And that will send out just like this to every single person within the workflow. Then from there, to cover both areas, we will also send out an SMS text message. You could also use WhatsApp if it's preferred. And just like the email, you can tailor it to basically say whatever you want to say. And you can also add all the custom values and all the general values into this message as well. Then what will happen is we will set a delay. So this delay will be for 2 minutes, and the reason you want to set delays is so this whole workflow going on right here doesn't send out in a single moment. Delays can be altered to your liking. They can even be delayed for days if that's what you really want, but it's very important to add delays, otherwise it will just look clunky and people get loads of emails and messages all at once. And then we come to the more complicated parts. This right here is an if-else statement. To simplify this, if the contact replies, aka true, you take them down one branch of the path. So this is for the people that end up replying to the email or the message. If they don't reply to the email or the message, it is counted as false. So they go into a different branch of the workflow where they will get something different. Now, what happens is usually for one like this, where it's leads focused, the people that don't reply would be considered as your cold leads. But you obviously can still maybe get them back. So for the people that didn't reply, they go down this straightforward path where they get called, which can be assigned to a team member or an AI of your choice. And then after that, a pre-recorded voicemail. Then they wait a day. And then finally, they will get one last text message. And if from that text message, they may reply, they may not. But whatever the outcome, after that text message is sent, this workflow will end and that person will be removed from the workflow in general. And then when we come to the people that did reply, it looks quite complex, but it's just as straightforward as it was before. Simply, they are just going through more if-else statements. So if the reply was negative, like a really bad reply, they are removed from the workflow entirely. If it's positive, but there's some sort of intent, we will link them to a survey through SMS. And finally, if it's a positive response with intent, we send them a link to book a meeting. And this is essentially the whole workflow that everyone that fills out this form will go through. If you have any questions or are interested in learning about automation, be sure to comment or drop us a message. We'd love to have a chat with you.